We live on a planet covered mostly in water, but of the roughly 361 million square kilometers of ocean on Earth, humans have directly explored only about 5% of it. We have mapped vast deserts, charted dense forests, and sent probes deep into space. Yet the ocean, right here on our own planet, hides countless unknown species and extreme environments that remain completely unseen. Earth's greatest, most mysterious frontier lies directly beneath our feet. The top layer of the ocean, stretching from the surface down to roughly 200 meters, is called the sunlight zone. This thin slice of water is where almost all familiar marine life exists, driven by photosynthesis and the sun's energy. For humans, our baseline capability is incredibly shallow. Just 40 meters down is generally the absolute safe limit for a standard scuba dive. Descend to 93 meters, and you enter a realm of sunken history. Down here, the British ocean liner Lusitania permanently rests in the dark. A few people have pushed the human body much further. In 2014, Ahmet Gabir set a world record, scuba diving to 332 meters, a depth roughly equal to the height of the Empire State Building. But at that depth, the environment turns entirely hostile. The immense water pressure begins to severely affect human physiology, making this simple act of breathing incredibly dangerous and threatening major organ failure. If the depth of a single skyscraper represents the absolute biological ceiling for a human being, the thousands of meters still beneath it represent an environment strictly forbidden to our bodies. By the time we hit 500 meters, the sunlight fades away. We are now in a space dominated by sheer mass rather than light. This is the hunting ground of the ocean's greatest biological titan, the blue whale, weighing up to 150,000 kilograms, easily navigates these freezing waters. Down here in the deep, biology outpaces human engineering. Even advanced nuclear submarines, like the American Seawolf class, are pushed to their maximum limits and cannot safely dive past this point. The physics at 535 meters are punishing. The ambient water pressure is equivalent to the weight of a full-grown buffalo standing on your chest. Yet, life finds a way to exploit this violent environment. Emperor penguins actively dive into these crushing depths just to hunt for fish. Animals and machines can survive here with the right adaptations. But the true biological extremes are waiting just below, where the light permanently dies. Crossing the 1,000-meter line plunges us into the bathypelagic zone. Sunlight completely ceases to exist here, and the pressure spikes to a staggering 1,500 pounds per square inch. To survive without the sun, deep-sea life had to evolve strange alien adaptations. Predators like the black dragonfish navigate and hunt in total darkness by producing their own light, using bioluminescence to lure prey directly to them. Plunging deeper to 2,250 meters brings us to the territory of apex predators. Giant and colossal squids grow up to 14 meters long, hunting with powerful tentacles and eyes the size of dinner plates. Down in the absolute pitch black, these massive squids are locked in a heavyweight war with their natural enemies, sperm whales. The two species regularly engage in violent clashes, leaving the whales covered in severe scarring. In the middle ocean, normalcy is gone. Survival requires extreme invisible stealth or titan-sized biological weaponry. At 4,000 meters, we enter the abyssal zone. The life forms down here, like the fang-toothed anglerfish and viperfish, look like they belong on another planet entirely. The water weight here is completely lethal. The pressure reaches an unbelievable 11,000 psi, which is the physical equivalent of an elephant balancing its entire body weight on a single coin. Sinking further to 4,781 meters, the water is utterly freezing and devoid of oxygen. This environment acts as a deep-sea refrigerator, preserving sunken World War II shipwrecks in near-perfect condition. Past 6,000 meters lies the Hadal zone. The ambient physical pressure at this depth is so severe that it will instantly obliterate any ordinary machinery. The bottom of the ocean actively repels us. It functions as a solid physical barrier, demanding space-grade engineering just to survive a visit of a few hours. Eventually, we hit the absolute known floor of the Earth, the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench, sitting nearly 11,000 meters below the surface. Reaching this floor is incredibly rare. Former naval officer Victor Vescova managed to reach this depth, cementing his dive as one of humanity's greatest exploratory milestones. He could only survive the journey inside a heavily customized vessel. The limiting factor is a specially designed submersible built with thick enough materials to keep him from being instantly pulverized. Reaching the Challenger Deep is the underwater equivalent of the moon landing. At nearly 11,000 meters down, specialized human machinery finally withstood more pressure than any other environment on Earth. But even the Challenger Deep might not be the end. Researchers believe vast portions of the ocean's trenches remain untouched, meaning the absolute deepest point may still be out there, completely undiscovered. We are talking about 361 million square kilometers of water. It is an entire universe with its own geography, weather systems, and biological networks, existing completely separate from our own. We might dominate the dry land, but the vast majority of life on Earth remains hidden in the dark. Our planet is an enigmatic alien world, and it demands our relentless exploration.